working, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Damn. So, guys,
We're on live.
you guys missed a whole lot there, considering it was fucking muted. So you'll have to listen to the actual audio on the website to catch the first half of this episode. So Kevin's just been sitting there watching the whole time and not saying, "Hey, I can't hear you, man," until like a hot minute ago.
He said he can't hear you, but he didn't say it again.
Alright, so
Kevin.
So changing the game. This game called life. So you're just we're all avatars. If any of you guys have seen the movie Avatar, the guy lays down in this machine, and they hook up everything to his brain, and it goes into a trance, and he goes to sleep, and he wakes up in this other world as this big giant blue creature on this beautiful paradise, and he lives and feels all the things of this avatar that he's connected to, and so that's what we are. We are higher selves. We are the watcher of ourselves. We are our higher selves tuned into this matrix, this 3D matrix, with this vehicle that we call a body, or this light container, and we see and feel everything as it is real, but this is not who we are. This is just a mere virtual reality that we pick to play together. And so everything that you picked in this reality is yours. This is your game. And I'm just a reflection of you, saying things to you that you need to hear to remember yourself. Because I'm not real. I am just you.
Isn't that real?
You're just looking in the mirror. And so
You guys ready?
the essence that you are is the center, that duplication of the center of the universe, which is love and light. That's what you are. You are merely love light in a little fleshy container. Just as the Bible said that Jesus said. He said, "I am the living light and the living word made flesh." I say that just about every day, sometimes a couple times a day, because I am the living light and the living word made flesh. Bam.
Oh, yeah.
And so, hey, can you go turn off the heat?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna make the computer crash from getting hot. And started. I thought it just crashed a second ago. And so, like I said, there's a lot of all these religious texts contain metaphors. They all contain pieces to the giant puzzle, which is just trying to tell all of you guys that you are gods and goddesses, and you control this hologram, this game of life. And so to change it is knowing that and realizing that, remembering that, or recalibrating, because I wrote an article called Recalibrating to the Original Blueprint, and then it's just saying, that you are perfect. There is no right or wrong. Like Rumi said, there's a there's a field between there's a field between right doing and wrong doing, and I'll meet you there. And so if all of this is a hologram and it's fake, well then it's not. There is no right or wrong. If I go in there and play Grand Theft Auto and I go around and shoot all these people, kicking them up and chopping up with hatches,
What's the difference?
there was no right or wrong, because it was just a game. It was just an experience.
Yeah.
And so if you want to look at it, there is a higher self of you that picked this avatar. You know, that's why you picked your parents. You picked the spot you wanted to be born. You picked your name. You picked your experiences that you were wanting to go through, because you just come here for an experience, and a unique experience. Because from what I understand, on the Earth game is the only game that you can play with free will. And then also on this Earth plane, in this Earth game, you have, they say that everything on Earth contains every species of everything from every other universe and every other planet. And they say that other planets might not have but like 5 different types of trees and like 20 different types of insects. But here on Earth, you have free will, and you have the beauty of all of the universe and everything here in one single place. And so that's why they say the theory is the Earth game is the most unique. But to play the game, you have to come in not knowing what you come in for. You had to forget everything. You had to forget that you are God and goddesses. You had to forget that you were that light. And so part of this experience and part of this game is coming to experience this beauty and remembering that you are the creator of this beauty, and then to finding what burns inside of you, your love, your passion to create whatever you create, and then go out and do that shit wholeheartedly, you know, fully in it.
Balls to the walls.
And that's how we're going to create the new Earth, is
like Beastie Boys said, Brooklyn or die. Said we're going to Brooklyn or we're going to die.
And so this is how we're gonna create this heaven on earth, because everybody feels that the game is bullshit, and we're all changing the game, and the secret to changing the game is changing yourself.
And you already know it's rigged anyway, so that's another key to it. It's a rigged game, so you gotta figure out the little tricks and trades and hacks of it. There's ways to hack it out.
You hack the game because you are the
game.
You created the game. You are the puppet master.
You created the whole game, so whatever you want to master is yours already as soon as you get that thought.
And so everything that goes on was set there just for you to see what you have seen. We all play a part in this game, even the things that you would call dark. But we are light, and there is no dark. If there's dark, then we created it ourselves. And so if you look at like events and politics and people that you would consider quote unquote bad, they're light beings also, and they're playing a part as a reflection to show you
the universe,
to show you reflecting to you about how things are. And so everything is a reflection, even the bad, and this is all changing and dying out. You know, we were in the Piscean age. We were in that energy for a long time, and so it's taken a lot of work and a lot of years to get where we are now. But the beauty of it is it's all going faster, and so now that's going faster, everybody's went through these same energies. So everybody you talk to, they in essence have the same story. Over the past few years, they've went through a lot of struggles with family and friends and co-workers, or maybe even the past 20, 30 years. Everybody's been going through this purge leading up to 2012 to lead us to where we are now and to what we've become. And so we've taught ourselves with our reflections a lot here, which we would call probably a lot of hard lessons we've taught ourselves. And so we've had to do a lot of purging, we've had to eliminate people and things and belief systems from our life to make room for our new tribe, for your new vibe, because the show's called Higher Frequencies, and that's the prophecy. The prophecy was, that we was going to go through this new age, which is a new vibration, which is of higher frequencies. All you guys are vibrating higher. All you guys are higher frequencies. The earth is vibrating higher. There's a pulse that the universe has, and your heart beats to it, because you are the universe and you are the earth. And so your heart beats to this same pulse. Well, that pulse has been increasing. Science has proven this. And so time is sped up. And I know you guys that are a little older can realize that. I'm 30 years old, and I swear last year felt like about 4 months out of a regular year. And so it's scientifically proven that, time is increasing. Time's going faster. There's been so much changing that science is trying to play catch up on how to explain some of it, but I can tell you a little bit about some of it. So we've manipulated timelines already, called the Mandela Effect. We've actually changed the past. So there's no easier way for me to try to prove to you guys that you're fucking gods and goddesses, other than the fact that we have already changed the fucking past. Obviously, we're going to change the future. The past that some of us once known no longer exists. Let's call it the Mandela Effect, because I remember Nelson Mandela dying when I was in grade school. He died in prison as a martyr. That's why I remember him, because he was fighting for freedom of his people, and they locked him up in jail, and he died. Well, he was elected president in like 2010.
Once he got out, yeah.
And so he was such a great person, and the universe deserves to have Nelson Mandela so much that we brought his ass back to help create the new earth, or just to show ourselves that what we thought was reality isn't quite what we thought. We were just babes in this whole process, like little kids on this journey. And now it's time for us to put our big boy pants on and realize who and what we are, and realize that everything is based around unity and oneness. One of my new favorite ones is the one source frequency. I think if I wanted to coin a name for God or the love light in the center of the universe, since everything is frequency, even light, the most basic fabric of the universe, if you break an atom down, is a frequency, it's a sound, and so therefore creation is nothing but a beautiful song. And so in the center of it is the one source frequency, and you're a duplication of that one source frequency. And so there's a lot of ways to figure out who you are, or remember, or recalibrate. There's hundreds of methods of meditation. Jeez Louise. I mean, there's yoga. I mean, there's whole philosophies, and the Middle East is based around around meditation, but it's really pretty simple. It is tuning into yourself, disconnecting from the game, the holograph that's out here, and trying to feel and see your inner peace, your inner light, your inner sound, your inner God, the love light that you are, whatever 3D term we would like to put on this. And so, the system that we've created around us has been thoroughly designed to disconnect us. Even a religion alone, just that one simple in versus out is the whole ball game changer.
Disconnect and distract.
Yeah, divide and conquer. It's the easiest thing ever.
And divide people also.
And so,
by whatever means.
As soon as you go to belief systems like religion, and it's telling you to that you got to go through this priest, or you had to be saved by this salvation, or you have to be taught by this yogi, or whatever bullshit BS belief system that you've been told that was talking about out is out of the question, full of bullshit. And completely wrong, because everything is within. You're all knowing. All the knowledge and all the answers to all the questions you've ever had are inside of you. And so Buddha, we have this habit of when somebody shows us the power we possess, we think they're powerful when they're God.
More extra powerful.
Yeah, but everything that they have done is you.
Attainable.
Yeah, it's attainable. You can do all these things. Jesus wasn't Christian, and Muhammad wasn't Muslim, and Buddha wasn't Buddhist. They were Gnostic. They were knowing through experience, because that is the game that we're playing, is the game of experience. And so you have to experience your inner divinity. You have to experience that inner light and that inner sound that you are. And there's a lot of angles to come at that, about meditation, psychedelics, connecting with your community, talking to other people and listening to their experiences can sometimes help you reflect on yourself. But it's all about reflecting on the inside of who you really are. And so people can't deal with who they are, so they don't like their reflection. And so they have substance abuse or gambling problems or eating habits instead of changing their reflection. And so to change the game, you got to change yourself. And so to change yourself, you got to figure out what you don't like about yourself and change that shit. Because life is your game. It's your book. You write every chapter in it. You picked every part of it. You picked your parents. And so if you don't like your parents, there's probably a lesson there.
Yeah.
But
you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
You can do anything you want to.
You can pack up and go to fucking Alaska and live in a fucking cabin right now if you want to.
That's right. It's that easy to change the game.
Yeah.
It's that easy. I can
go to fucking Australia and never come back. I can change the game right now.
It's that easy to rewrite a new chapter in your book.
You can break them all simply.
And so everybody feels... Yeah. Everybody's feeling that new energy of this new age.
Realizing you can do what the fuck you want to do.
They're realizing that
that's all it is.
There's more to life than just being born and going to work.
Being a slave.
Being a slave to the system.
Fucking slave. That's all we are. To be honest. We're slaving. We're stealing time for money. That's all we're doing. We're selling time for money. Why?
Everything's an energy exchange. So you're exchanging your life energy for a piece of paper, so that you can take that worthless piece of paper and
bullshit
experience what you're experiencing right now.
You can take that piece of paper and do whatever you want to do with it.
But the beautiful part about it is that shit's coming to an end quickly. It's called the snowball effect. It just slowly it gains momentum, and it gets bigger, and it rolls faster. And so the momentum was accumulating up until 2012, and then it's just been speeding up. The energy has been speeding up more and more thereafter, leading to this critical mass point, to this super game changer when everybody's like, oh shit, when everybody all at once kind of realizes that we're all connected and that we're all powerful, that we are light beings, and these are just merely light containers in this game. So a lot of us has been really stuck in the game and scared to change it. And so fear is what's been used to control us in this game. And it's put at you at every angle all the time. Fear is the easiest control mechanism that there is. But fear is false energy appearing real. You create fear out of your mind. Either you are fearing making changes because you might upset your family or friends. Sometimes you are sometimes you're scared to even be by yourself, and so people don't like their reflection, and then they're scared to be by themselves. People don't like their reflection, they're scared to be alone, and so solitude is how you're going to change your game. Solitude is where you're going to tune into that inner light, into that inner sound that you are. Solitude is a dangerous thing. It's addictive once you become when you become happy with who you are. That's when solitude becomes addictive, because when you like you and you don't like the cat up the road, or you don't like your neighbor, or you don't like your friends, your family, that's when addicted to being alone happens. But changing the game comes in many forms and many ways, and so changing your outlook on life and tuning into yourself and changing your perception, and then going out and letting that light shine by the change that you made in yourself is going to change the whole world. The whole mechanism, the whole quantum essence of the entanglement, just with your thoughts alone manipulates reality. And so your thoughts can be dangerous if you don't control them, so the way consciousness works.
Every thought. Stay conscious of every thought.
That's right. You got consciousness. You have your subconscious, which is the all-knowing. It's the inner voice, your intuition, your higher self. That's your subconscious. That little voice inside of your head and that feeling in your gut. That's your higher self communicating with you. And so that happens in many forms: numbers, feelings, situations, songs,
intuition,
and connecting to your inner essence with things like meditation and painting and creating, because when you start to create, you're really connecting with your higher self. You're bringing something out of the higher dimensions into this 3D plane. And because you are gods and goddesses, you're creators.
Somewhat of a channeling of your God form.
Yeah, you're channeling your higher self in a nutshell. And so, yeah, channeling is channeling your higher self. Could be somebody else's higher self. Could be anything, really, from what I've been learning. And so, so connected and figuring out that you make this game happen with your consciousness, with your conscious thoughts, with your conscious words and your conscious actions. That's a trinity of manifestation right there. And so consciousness works like it's like everybody's thoughts and everybody's experiences, because everything is consciousness. And so a lot of times the thoughts and feelings that come through you aren't yours. You have to be the spam blocker. If you start feeling something that you don't like, figure out what that feeling is and change that shit. Find out where it come from and then change it. If you don't like your life, you don't like your job, change that shit. I just seen my buddy on Facebook talking about he put in his 2-week notice. Like, fuck yeah, put in your 2-week notice. Go buy a van or fucking live in a tent. You're gonna be happy as shit. And so everybody feels that energy and that momentum, because that was the change of the times. That was the death of the old world and the beginning of this new paradigm. We are ushering in a wave of consciousness, a higher frequency, a new vibration, the new era, heaven on earth. You all picked to be here right now for that exact motherfucking reason, and I'm just a reflection of you, trying to make you remember who you are, to recalibrate yourself to your original blueprint.
And that's it. So
you can manipulate this holograph, and so we can co-create the heaven on earth. Because you know what, we've been here a whole bunch of fucking times playing the same ass bullshit game just for this exact reason, for the here and the right motherfucking now. So right now is the time to change the game, because right now is what the fuck you came here for. So right now, change your shit. Write that new chapter in your book. Feel the energy within yourself.
Create a whole new book.
That's right. You fuck the old book, just create a new book.
Fuck a chapter, create a whole new book.
So take that energy you feel inside and relearn who you are, or not relearn, remember who you are, recalibrate, find your passion of what you like to create, find the passion on how you want to experience this beautiful hologram that we've created for ourselves, that has a piece of all creations across all timelines and all planes of existence. We picked this little beautiful, we made this so fucking beautiful so we can experience it. Yet we're enslaved to this systematic belief system. But you all know and feel that the time has come for
basically,
the new age.
The rule book is fucking. We don't need a rule book no more. We don't need to be taught how to think. We already know. If you already know, how are you gonna be taught how to think? That's the thing. That's the distraction point. When you're taught how to think and indoctrinated and run through the 12-step brainwash camp, when you come out at the end of it, I mean, goddamn, you better hope you damn figured it out somewhere in between. If not, you're really in the game. You're fully in the game and you don't even know it. Not a clue.
But if anyone had noticed, the old reality is steady crumbling.
Faster and faster and faster.
Everything is becoming transparent, and so if you tune in to TV and radio and all that other bullshit, you see all this dysfunction coming to light, and Don't get distracted. That's a win. I promise you that's a win, because I've known all this shit for a long time and all you guys didn't, and people thought I was crazy. Conspiracy theorists, blah blah blah. Well, all those things that were conspiracies are now highly transparent as truth, and I knew that, and I wore my tinfoil hat proudly, saying what I felt and what I known at the time, just like I am here now. But I say things to you not for you to believe what I say, because that's what the fuck people's been doing for the past thousands of years, is just believing what the fuck somebody told them. So I'm telling you to change the game and think about how you're thinking, and dive within and figure out the inner knowledge and the inner light that you are yourself. You know, seek out your truth. You have the truth. You have that knowledge. I'm just here to say, hey, you, which is me, which is you. Do you remember? You remember me?
Yeah.
So, you know, find that knowledge. Go, as my man Christopher Tim says, what I'm saying to you cannot be read. It cannot be learned. It can only be experienced, because that's the game. The game is the experience. Can't nobody tell you how to play the game. Can't nobody teach you, because you're already all knowing. What is there to be taught if you're already all knowing?
That's what it boils down to.
And so, connecting to the all-knowing that you are, the I am, the light that you are, is what we come here to do. We come here at this point in time to connect to the essence that we are, to usher in this new age, this new great experience that's going to be played on this holographic plane that we called Earth. It's a new game. There's new rules, and the rules are just natural law. And the natural law is that you are the creator. And so, recalibrate yourself to that inner knowledge that you already know. Everybody feels it. There's more out there than what meets the eye. We are more than what meets the eye, because you are just a mere avatar. We're just driving around these meat suits in this game right here, right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
And remembering that and recalibrating to that essence that you are is going to change the game forever. It's going to change the game right now. It's going to change the game for everybody to come. But that's why you came, to do just that. And the time is now.
Shake it up.
To change the game and shake it up.
Shake it up, bitch.
So yeah, guys, change the game. Time to see outside the matrix.
Yeah.
Time to unify to that one source frequency. It's time to listen to the things that Bob Marley told you about one love.
And we love you.
We definitely love all you guys.
To death.
To the end of time, which does not exist. So I love you to infinity. To infinity and back. And so,
like Buzz Lightyear said,
it's all about one love, guys.
That's what it all boils down to.
And changing the game and diving into that inner self. You gotta love yourself. Forgive yourself of anything you've ever done. Don't hold any grudges against anybody. One good practice is, if you're holding grudges, which, by the way, if you're holding a grudge, you're not affecting them, you're just affecting yourself. If you're worrying about something, you're just creating something that hadn't even happened yet out of thin air. That's why it's not real. And so a good practice is, if cause that inward journey is a lot of self-reflection. And so once you go to dive in, you're gonna everything's going to come up of why you don't like
Yeah.
yourself and why you don't like your reflection of who you are.
Turbulence.
And so you're going to have to address these issues, whether it be you don't like how you live your life, or you don't like how much money you have, or you don't like the crowd that's around you, or you don't like your job, whatever that you're not liking about your reality. You're going to focus on that whenever you do a little journeying within. And it's going to bring it to light, and then you have to take action and change that. And you know, one good practice is, if you're holding grudges, try to think about that person that you used to hate or held a grudge against, and then like picture them in your mind, and then try to feel love for them. Like if you got a kid, you can try to think about your kid and then think about that person, and keep that same feeling inside of you as a little practice. Or how much you love a parent, or just think of something that you really love, and then try to reflect that same love feeling that you're feeling, and try to reflect that on the person that you disliked or hated, or anybody or anything negative in your life whatsoever is a good practice. You know, let that love feeling, because you know, if everybody knows what that feeling feels like. So you know, don't just say it, you gotta feel it, experience it, because that's what we're here for, experience. And word is just belief system and BS, and so it's about the experience. And so experience the love and compassion in yourself, and for your friends and your neighbors. The most worst possible person you can ever think of on earth, you have to remember that is you. And then you have to love yourself, and so you got to learn to love and have compassion for that person and that self also, and
stay authentic also.
Yeah, and that changes everything. Once you can even look at the most worst of anybody as a reflection of yourself, I promise you will change it as soon as you learn to take that compassion practice and apply it to it. It will change you forever. You'll never will go back. And so take that compassion frequency, and that's what you need to do on your meditation practice. After you breathe in and breathe out, you know, focusing on your breath, diving in and letting your thoughts come rushing through. Once you get to that clear point in your mind, focus on that compassion. Think about things that you love and focus on that feeling, because you're emitting that frequency just by that little time alone. Whenever you're feeling that compassion, or you're doing that practice in your mind, trying to teach yourself compassion for your neighbor or a person you disliked, you're gonna, as soon as you take that feeling, you're emitting that higher frequency, which is love, and that is gonna change the entire fucking world. By people taking that compassion that they found on that inner journey and that love, and then creating with it, whether it's painting or poetry or music or all forms of art or inventions, like trying to help the earth or clean up the earth, all these things.
Trying to help the kids, trying to help the disabled people,
And
trying to help the Vietnams, trying to help the old, not the Vietnams, the veterans, trying to help the elderly.
Yeah, there's so many people that has a passion for these things.
Yeah.
And you know,
And they're needed.
Tuning in to that compassion frequency and creating with that compassion frequency is going to bring heaven to earth so fast it ain't even fucking funny. It'll just be like, bam, you're just going to wake up one day and you'll be like, oh shit.
You know it's the right thing to do.
Everybody knows, everybody feels it. That's because the old world ended, and everybody feels the frequency and the energy of the new earth, the new paradigm, because everything has changed.
We feel what's right, you know.
That's right.
We
You've
don't have to be
always felt
told.
what's right. You just kind of forgot.
We don't have to be told what's right and wrong.
That's
We
right.
already know.
You already knew. I told my grandma a long time ago. I was probably like 17, 18 years old. She was a real big Christian, and we was talking on the phone. And I told her, I was like, I don't really believe in that church stuff anymore. I was like, I think everybody's already got a connection with God. That was still my Christian mind frame on my journey of learning more. And I said, I think everybody's already got a connection with God. I was like, I don't think you need church and stuff for all that. And I was like, it's that voice in the back of your head that says, this is right or this is wrong. I was like, that's God. And bam, here I am, fucking 31 years old, and you was right. That is God. That was you. That was your higher self. That was your intuition, because you are God.
Out, yeah.
It was telling you, you shouldn't do that, bro.
Yeah.
Or, hey, you should do this. You should do that. So you guys that feels that feeling that I need to quit my job, and I need to say fuck this, I need to say fuck that, and I need to get away from this person, I need to get away from that person, listen to that inner voice. And do it, and don't be
2 words. Fuck you, and exit.
Don't be
scared.
Don't be scared. Don't let the fear mechanism control you anymore. That's just the old paradigm.
Don't let the fear rob you from experience.
It's a new energy now. That world ended. You felt it. You know it, and so change the game, bro. Change the game. Change your outlook, and you will change everything. Change your life and change yourself. And that, in essence, is changing the world, because you are the creators. And one good way to see what life is worth is a little bit of frequency tuning. Go be out in nature. You're gonna see that. You're going to feel that energy of what you're being entrapped in your system isn't right. And so the more that you tune in with yourself, the more you're going to want to change your game. And so I'm just here to tell you that you are the one who picked the game, and so of course you can change the game. You are the game maker. You are the programmer. You are Neo from the Matrix. Has anybody got any you got anything else you want to talk about, bro? Anybody got any questions or comments before we end this episode called Change the Game? Sorry guys, I think there's about 20 minutes of content that you guys missed if you watched live here on Facebook. You can get on the website or get on iTunes or Google Play and listen to the audio. It'll have the full deal on it. Like I said, we just do the Facebook live so people can tune in live and comment and chat if they would like. So if anybody ain't got no questions or comments, then I guess we're gonna tune on out of here. I appreciate everybody listening live. Kevin and Jenna and Jennifer. Thank you guys for listening to the show. Alright guys, you know the deal. You can catch us on Facebook, obviously, facebook.com higher frequencies, facebook.com/higher frequencies NC.
So you know anything about twin flame marriages?
Who asked that?
Jenna?
Do I know anything about twin flame marriages? I know a little about twin flames. There's a lot of information out there, and a lot of it varies. There's one aspect of a twin flame, which is the same soul cut in half, and so a twin flame is a duplication of yourself. So a lot of the information on twin flames is kind of mixed, but I do know that the time of now is when a lot of twin flames are coming together, because from what I understand about twin flames is twin flames being united is kind of like a frequency boost to everything that's going on. And so obviously when we complete ourselves from our journey within, imagine when we complete ourselves with our twin flame, or our other half of our soul, if that is in relation to what a twin flame is, then I can imagine what the outcome would be as far as frequency being emitted, or to changing of the game, or manipulation of the matrix. Everything right now is time for upgrade. It's time for the next level, the next steps, whether it's twin flames or your own internal flame.
Sounds more like it.
Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of looking up on the twin flame things, but I've just seen so much conflicting information about it. I haven't really drawn a conclusion that I feel with inside myself. Maybe if I met my twin flame and had experienced the twin flame, then I would have more information on it. It's just so diverse to what a twin flame is. I really can't give a straight answer, especially because I hadn't experienced it.
Hasta la vista.
Thank you guys for tuning in. So yeah, you can catch us on highfrequencies.com/higherfrequencies5d.com. I just started a little radio deal where our episodes are streaming all the time. It's highfrequenciesradio.com. It'll have all our episodes up there on streaming. If you guys haven't heard the unity message that we were able to put up a week or so ago, I definitely highly recommend it, because obviously I'm talking about changing the game. It's all based around unity, finding out that you are a reflection of everything, and so everything is you, a unity. So there's a good message there called the unity message that you guys should check out. Well, I guess that's the end of High Frequencies episode number 17. So we are high frequencies. We are the one source frequency. Peace and love.
Love you.
Namaste.